Yo, 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 what's up? What's up? It's Coach Nick Money, and we're going to talk about COSM. COSM has been a stock that has gone up 700% since we first called it in our private Discord back in mid-October. Mid-October, and we've called it several times. And of course, if you want to join our private Discord and get all of our picks before anybody else does, there will be a link in the description for the private Discord. We also have a public Discord where we have a pretty chill community that communicates with each other. But the picks are in the private Discord, so you'll have links to both Discords in the description. So let's talk about COSM. What's going on with it? It had a parabolic run from 6 cents to 88 cents, and now it's hovering in the 50 plus cent range. What's going on with this company? It's a NASDAQ company. It is clearly not in compliance with NASDAQ requirements as far as reaching the $1 mark. But the CEO has made a concerted effort to organically get the price up above a $1 mark. There has been numerous things that have gone on with it. There's a lot of positive stuff about the company. There's a lot of negative stuff as well that we need to discuss. So we're going to dive right into it. Let me begin by saying we're not financial advisors. We're not stock professionals. This is entertainment purposes only, the show. And of course, you must do your own due diligence. Don't say, I told you to buy it, I told you not to buy it, because that's a bunch of baloney. I didn't tell you to do that. Okay, so, we don't need stupid comments. Cool people can put cool comments. Let's do that. Okay, so let's talk about COSM. One of the things that is interesting about the company is that it has a float of 76 million shares. And I think that that's one of the issues that acts adversely towards the company, because I would love to see a smaller share size, and I think that with a smaller share size, the price action would clearly go parabolic again. Okay, that's not to say that the price action will not go parabolic, but the share structure is a little high, and that hurts us with this particular stock. Now, that being said, there are quite a few positive catalysts that have occurred in the past couple of days for the company. One, there was this article that came out, press release that came out on December 2nd, Friday. Today is December 3rd, Sunday that we're recording this, and I want to address this. It tells us that COSM, otherwise known as Cosmos Health Inc., is a global healthcare group with proprietary lines of nutraceutical and distributor of pharmaceutical brand generics, OTC, over-the-counter, medication, and medical devices. Provided a summary regarding recent share activity, including the participation of CEO Greg Siokas on all capital raises. Management reiterates its belief in the financial strength of Cosmos Health and its commitment to the growth and profitability of the company. So we're going to get into this. The CEO has repeatedly purchased more and more of his own shares, okay? And he's been purchasing his shares at 62 cents, which is slightly higher than where the price action has been within the past couple of days. However, that being said, the price action has gone as high as 88 cents, and the ultimate goal is to meet NASDAQ compliance and get over that $1 threshold. So I'm going to go into some charts to take a look at certain resistance and support areas with this particular stock in a few seconds. But let's keep reading this particular press release from Friday. So in February and October of 2022, Cosmos successfully conducted 2 separate rounds of financing. So they raised capital with the combined proceeds of $13.5 million. Furthermore, the company has noted significant exercises of warrants in the month of November. As such, management now expects that by the end of year 2022, debt should decline by roughly 50% versus prior year levels. That's a good thing. Okay. The CEO has not sold any shares and doesn't plan to sell any shares. Okay, wonderful. So he's saying he's not planning to sell any. He also says that he's excited to see Cosmos emerging into a stronger financial position. We had 2 successful capital raises, and he talks about the raises and so on and so forth. I have invested over $10.6 million at an average price of $5.25 of my personal assets in Cosmos, as I've always believed in its growth and profitability prospects. So he's backing up the company by putting his own money on the table and being a shareholder with the company. So that's a positive thing, and obviously I would have to think that he wants the stock to clearly stay in NASDAQ and to get over that $1 range. So let's look at a couple of other images here. We could see that there was a filing by the CEO, Siokas Gregorius. I hope I didn't butcher the guy's name. This particular filing shows that he spent $481 million to buy 20 million plus shares, and this was indicated on the date of the transaction was November 30th. Okay, so that's a pretty hefty investment in this company, and he purchased the shares at a little over 62 cents, which was more than what the price action was at the time. Okay, let's look at another S4 filing, which was done on December 2nd. That's just this past Friday. Okay, and in this particular filing, he put another $1.1 million of his own capital at 62 cents plus to purchase another 21,747 plus shares. Okay, so he's been buying up a tremendous amount of shares. That shows a lot of conviction on his part, and he's purchasing a lot of his own company shares. Clearly, it appears that he wants to have the company go over that $1 mark. Now, the flip side of it is, if he sells any of these shares in one shot, you could see the price action completely collapsing. Now, in this market, again, not financial advice, not stock advice, not a financial planner, not a stock advisor, but in my opinion, we're in a very weak economy, so these particular stocks, in my opinion, are day trades. I am not holding these stocks long. I am not swing trading these stocks, although there are people that will do that. Okay, it's nothing personal about this particular stock. It's just I don't trust the stock market at this point until I see a change in trend in the price action. Okay, so for me, this stock is a day trade, and I am going to take profits consistently because the stock market right now is shaky, and I'm not going to risk my money. That's me. You do you. Please do you. Okay? All right, so let's go to the chart. The first chart that I want to look at is the daily 1 year, the daily 1 year chart. So each candle is 1 day over a period of a year. The orange line is the 200 SMA, which stands for Simple Moving Average. The white line is the 200 EMA. And I want to just show you where the price action has been, where it's at right now. It's roughly at 53.5 cents. And you could see that there's a clear resistance at around the 60-cent mark. And remember, the CEO purchased shares at 62 cents. Last time he did that, the stock spiked, and you can see it. It spiked at around 88 cents before it went down. So this stock pushes up and comes down, pushes up and comes down. There's a lot of catalysts, and the CEO is constantly putting his money and also a lot of PR out there to help the stock price move up. You could see that when we first called the price action in our private Discord, the stock was selling at around 6 cents. So right now it's almost at it's almost up to 54 cents, and it had an actual high of 88 cents in recent times. Now there are Resistance points. 60 cents is a resistance point. Another resistance point would obviously be the high of 88 cents. And more importantly, a very strong resistance point would be 90 cents, which is where the 200 simple moving average is, and of course $1.01, which is the EMA, the 200 EMA, exponential moving average, the 200 exponential moving average. So these are resistance points. I could see the price action clearing the 60-cent mark based on the fact that the CEO just purchased a tremendous amount of shares over the 62-cent mark. And again, the last time that there were press releases, the price action went to 88 cents. Is it going to be strong enough to break that 88-cent barrier? Probably. But again, it's mere speculation. Who knows? Okay, I'm certainly keeping a very close eye on this. Volume is going to be key. Let's look at a lower time frame. So that's the daily. Let's go and take a look at the 4-hour, 180-day time frame. And the reason why I want to look at that is because if we see a price action piercing through the $1 mark, okay, if that happens, the next area of resistance can be as high as $2.92 if there is enough volume. So breaking that $1.01 mark is critical because look at this. You have the potential of some significant runs, in my opinion. Again, I'm not telling you to buy. I'm not telling you to sell. I'm telling you what I'm looking at. And you do you, please. You do you. I'm not a professional. This is just stuff that I'm looking at. Okay, let's look at the 1-hour, 20-day chart. Okay, and again, you can see that the price action was as low as 6 cents when we first called the stock in mid-October for our private Discord. Again, the links are in the description if you want to join the private Discord. It's a pretty good Discord, if I do say so myself. Right, Doubles?
Yes, indeed.
Okay. You can see that the price action almost hit 89 cents. It hit that resistance point that we talked about just below the 90-cent mark. And then the price action went down. And now you can see the price action starting to move back up as we get more news from the CEO and from the company. And then when we move to the 1 minute, 1 day chart from Friday, we could see that the price action was dipping and consolidating, and it's still dipping. So, volume is going to be key. The price action is above VWAP, which is a good sign. I'd like to see a lot of volume in order to feel confident that the company is going to push upward. It did go up 34%. Now the stock's going up and down, up and down. I'm not comfortable holding this long term and going on a roller coaster. That's just me personally. I want to basically hold it on the uptick. So if I see a lot of volume going into this and price action moving up, I will certainly day trade this. And I do think that ultimately it'll probably hit over $1. But again, I'm not going to be a bag holder. I'm not interested in that. So I like the stock. It's on my watch list, and I am definitely going to keep an eye on it, and hopefully it does break that $1 mark. Okay, so that's this episode, ladies and gentlemen. If you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, subscribe, and you can also follow us on Twitter at Coach Nick Money, and that's it, baby. We're out of here. Peace.